Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So today you guys are going to be tackling some garden chores, and one of my major chores this fall season is to spray my house for bugs and pests. I always have a lot of those spiders and sometimes ants and everything around my property, so I want to take the time to make sure I go ahead and spray around the area really good before the winter sets in. So I partner with Pesty. Pesty is a DIY pest control treatment, and this system is so simple and so easy to use, you guys. Everything that you would need comes in this kit. Pesty only sends pro-grade products that work insanely well. Their products is a fraction of the cost of normal pest control companies. It's super easy to use. Anyone can do it. It takes just 10 minutes to apply. It's kid and pet friendly. Buy Pesty products is optimized to your exact location's bugs and climate. You'll always get the most effective products delivered right at the perfect time. So this was real simple and easy to use. All I did was add in the solution and then add some water. I do recommend you filling this up outside. Don't fill it up inside your home. Definitely make sure you fill it up outside with your water hose. So I just fill it up with the water hose, and it has a little marker in the inside for the max fill line, which is really easy. And after that, you just add the little arbitrator or the little wand to use to spray around the property, and then that's it. I am going to use this just to spray around my front area because that's tend to where I see mostly all the bugs and everything in my house, especially around my front porch area. There's always creepy crawlies and critters around the front porch and on the sides of the house. So that's what I'm going to actually use this DIY pest control for, is around those areas. So Pesty is giving all of my followers 10% off. So make sure you use my discount code DecoratingMadeEasy10 to save 10% off your order. And thank you to Pesty for sponsoring today's video. Okay, you guys, I want to refresh my front porch, so I still have all of my fall decor up. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of this stuff down, unpack it, and then I want to plant up some winter interest containers just for my front porch area. Usually around the Christmas time, I don't really go all out on my front porch because we do put up Christmas lights, and I think that's sufficient. So I usually just do my Christmas lights and I do a nice wreath, and then that's pretty much it, is what I do for Christmas time. So I'm going to take out all of this stuff, and then I'm going to add some live plants to the front porch because sometimes around the winter time I just be craving something that you can grow, something that's a little bit blooming. I do live in zone 9B, which is Houston, Texas, so it doesn't really get cold down here. We only have like a handful of days where actually, if it hits below freezing, which I think hardly not, so I can still plant up and grow, quite more a few things than some of you guys may not be able to do in your growing zone. So I'm gonna I got some new containers I'm gonna put on this front porch. So I'm gonna take off these arrangements that I made. If you guys have been following me, these are some faux planters that I planted up for fall back in, I think, August or September. And then I'm going to take these containers, move them to the backyard, and then I'm going to just store away all of this decor. So for the planters for the front porch, everything I'm going to be planting in these containers are perennial. So that means I can take them and use them in the garden later. I have some trailing plants, which is this pretty purple flower here or plant. I'll put the names across the screen because I forget what this one's called, but it does trail down, has some really pretty variegated purple leaves. Also have some heucheras that I'm going to plant. I actually have like 4 of these that I'm going to add to these containers. I also have some really pretty dianthus. This is a perennial as well. So everything that after the season is over, I can go ahead and add to the garden later. But this is a really pretty one. And I think this one does really good. And my porch still gets some sun, so it won't be in total shade, but it'll add a little bit of pop of color to the front porch. And then I have this really beautiful lemon cypress shrub that I have here. I have 2 of these. It's going to be kind of like our centerpiece for these arrangements. So this is the next day because I ran out of time. So I decided to go ahead and just finish doing this the next day. So these urns or these containers I got from Lowe's, I thought these were really cute. I love the style of it. It kind of almost have like a modern traditional type of feel to them. They are black. I got them, I think they were on sale at Lowe's. I don't know, I think their regular price was $50 or $54. So I bought 2 of those. And then I'm going to add some compost to the bottom of each container. And then I'm just using some regular garden soil because that's what I have on hand. And then I'm going to add all of my plants. These containers do have a drain hole at the bottom so the water can drain out effectively. So I don't usually put these containers on drip or irrigation like I do. My main bed is on irrigation, so I don't have to worry about watering that stuff. But these 2 plants, I will have to come out and hand water it. But since the temperature is a lot milder, I don't have to come out here and water it every single day. Since my home for the inside I decorated with more traditional colors with the reds, burgundies, and golds for Christmas, I really wanted to add some red flowers to my porch this year. But since the garden centers really don't have much in there now this time of year, especially down here, they have a lot of the trees and shrubs and things like that, but there's hardly no flowering plants in the garden centers. Even down here, they'll start putting some more stuff out in our area, maybe around January or February. But for now, there's hardly anything. So what I did was just opted to get these pretty purple color perennial flowers, because that way, at least after Christmas, or these will last me all season. They're perennial. So then when I get ready to change these containers out for spring, I can just pop these in the landscape somewhere in the backyard or whatever, and then I can just save them like that. But to add in that pop of Christmas color, I'm just going to add in some of those red berry picks just to kind of give it a little pop of color. So you probably can do some poinsettias on your porch. That'll be really pretty. I probably could have put some red poinsettias on the porch as well, some faux ones, and that would have brought me a really nice pop of color. But what I learned from my fall containers is that I have these geckos down here that loves to live in those containers or those fake flowers. So I just do not want to deal with trying to keep lizards out of it. So I decided just to go with the real plants. They still kind of getting the real plants, but at least with the real plants I can see them. Because when I took down those fall containers, you guys didn't see it on camera, it was so many of those geckos, lizards living inside of those containers, and I just don't want to deal with that again for this season. So I just opted to put some real plants back in these containers. I've really been craving a pop of color for my front porch. So I found this really pretty poinsettia wreath from at home stores that I'm going to add to the door. And I think it just added a really pretty bold pop of red color for Christmas. And then also added in some red berry picks into those planters just to kind of add a little pop of color to the planters as well. Because most of the plants we planted in here are the chartreuse greens and deep purples and a little bit of white. So it'll add in a little pop of red for the holidays. In my flower bed for fall, I had some really pretty yellow marigolds planted in here. They since died, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull those out now since I'm out here cleaning off the porch. And then everything else in this bed, I'm pretty much going to leave it the same until springtime. I am thinking about planting in some daffodils and tulips bulbs into this main bed. And I also bought a bunch of tulip bulbs and daffodil bulbs for my raised beds in the back. I really want to add in a lot of flowering plants that I can probably use for cut flowers this year. So I'm definitely adding in more bulbs and annual plants this year to my garden. I also have this huge lantana in the front of this garden bed. As you can see, it kind of grows wild and kind of fills in the tip of this bed, which I don't mind. I like the look. And then it blooms for late spring, I think late summer, all the way to like early winter for us. So it keeps blooming. So I'm just going to cut it back some and trim it because it's literally just coming over the walkway. So I'm going to clean that up. And then also my little topiary bulb is just like something is eating it up, and I believe it's a wasp nest in the inside of here. So I'm going to trim off the dead parts on the other side and hopefully it'll come back. But the wasps down here, they kind of tend to put their nests inside of these shrubs, and then it just kind of eats the whole backside of this this plant. So I'm going to try to prune off some of the dead leaves, and then hopefully it'll bounce back. See, this is the other side here. As you can see, deep inside there, there's a wasp nest. We did kill the wasp, but it just ate the whole backside of that plant. So hopefully it'll come back. So now we're going to move on to the backyard area. My herbs are still doing good. I still have some Puerto Rican oregano. I have some basil, thyme, all of my traditional herbs in here. Also have some green onions. So I'm going to add in a few new herbs to this green stalk planter. Some of them, I did plant some other things in here like tomatoes and all that stuff. So I pulled all that stuff out, and then I'm just going to add more herbs in here for the winter. I'm also going to top this container off with some compost, and I'm also going to fertilize with a little bit of plant tone just to kind of give these plants an extra boost. So I don't know about you guys, but I love finding plants on clearance, especially around the fall time. So I found this really pretty rose tree from online, and I'm actually going to plant it up in this container. It's actually a knockout rose tree, and I think it blooms yellow roses. So I'm going to add it into this container. I'm just adding in some compost and more of that garden soil just to add a little pop of color on this side of my shed. So I'm just going to water everything in, and then I'm also going to fertilize 2 of the raised beds on my back side of my house, and then I'm going to that is it, you guys. I still have some zinnias in there. I have some purple fountain grass, and then also have some sweet alyssum in there that's still looking good. So for now, that is pretty much it, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day, and then we will actually add some more, do some more gardening chores coming up in an upcoming video, because it is some things that I want to tackle in my garden. I did purchase a new arch for this space here. I added in some patio lights and everything. So there's some other changes that I want to do. I want to just take advantage of this milder temperature before it starts to heat up. So I try to get everything done that I can during the fall and winter season for me down here. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel a lot. If you're new here and this is the first time seeing me, welcome. My name is Trina. I share all things home decor as well as some gardening. So I would love to have you stay and subscribe and become part of our decorating family. And to all of my beautiful subscribers, hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all for stopping by and watching another video. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.